Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so the obstacle avoidance works. Okay, so here it is, the Mavic Pro. I'm not going to do an in-depth review on this. There's plenty of them out there, and this isn't a drone channel. What I will do is I'll link a couple of videos in the description below that I think are worth a watch. As a biker though, this thing's perfect. It's tiny. It's the world's first foldable drone, first usable foldable drone, and for what I'm going to be using it for, perfect. I mean, even with the controller, which also folds down, it takes no... That's going to fit in the backpack, no problem. 4K camera. I don't use 4K, I tend to shoot in 1080p because I want the higher frame rate, but it does have that capability. Slightly narrower field of vision, but I feel like with aerial photography you don't really want that flattening effect with a fisheye lens. Personal preference. So flying the drone. I've been flying it indoors on account of the weather recently, and it's super stable.
That's stable!
And that's due to its vision sensors on the front and on the bottom, which are also responsible for its hazard avoidance, but they keep it pretty locked in the air when you don't have a GPS link. I've had no problems, other than pilot error, but we don't talk about it. So I can't wait to get this out on tour and see what I can really do with it. I think, you know, if we'd had this in Spain, I'm really excited about taking it away with me. It makes it a reality with the size that it is. Okay, so that's enough talk about the drone. It's nice and sunny today, so let's get out and fly it and see if I can get it to follow the bike.
Good grief, it's cold. Why does it take two police officers, two cars, to attend the scene of what is essentially a fender bender? Two police cars! Yeah, when somebody steals your motorbike, can't be f***ed. Makes no sense. So I'm going out to try and find a little private road where I can test all the follow functions. I know it's not going to follow at high speed, but in reality that's not what I wanted to do. It would just be nice to have another perspective. I mean, when we were up in Spain recently, if I'd had the drone there, that would have been amazing. But I didn't. I have it now, so I'm going to work out how to use it. Private road, private road, private road. We're going to find a private road. Trees are nice, not so good for drones. I think we can make something happen here. Oh yeah. Yeah, that could work. Let's do this. This could go so wrong. Okay. It's tracking me. Horseshoe Valley Lake. If you ever needed confirmation as to how cold it is, I think that's it. The ducks are walking on water. Jesus, ducks. Right, back home to warm up, I think.
20 minutes later.
Warm. So I didn't have the drone following me for very long, but you know, first flight out, and I've only just got this thing, I didn't particularly want to lose it or crash it. But it works better than I expected it to. I'm pleased with it. So a couple of negatives that I've come across. Firstly, this gimbal protector. It seems like a bit of a cheap afterthought. It really ruins the image quality if you fly with it on. You get all these sort of lens flares, particularly with the low winter sun. They need to revisit that, redesign it, or maybe somebody will come up with an aftermarket part for it. We'll have to wait and see. For transporting it in the backpack though, I mean, it's a must, so I'm glad to have it either way. Another negative, and this isn't really DJI's fault, essentially if you're using an iPhone, it has an auto brightness sensor on it. The sensor for that is covered up by this part of the remote controller, so as soon as you plug it in, it thinks it's in low light, it dims the screen, you're outside in broad daylight, you can't see what's going on, so you have to unplug it all and switch that off. Like I said, that's not really DJI's fault, it's more of a minor irritation and certainly not enough to put me off buying one. I don't know if it's a problem with Android phones, probably not. Another complaint is that you can't plug an iPad into this. That doesn't bother me because I'm more interested in the portability of the whole thing. People who are used to using a Phantom 4, they can plug their iPad in. It's nice, it's a bigger work surface, you can see what you're doing a little bit better. If that bothers you, get a Phantom 4. So other than that, so far, I'm really happy with it. Time for another tour. Before I go, I've got a little bit more drone footage for you. I'm going to show you where I live. Here's a little bit of Bath from above. I do love this place. I hope you enjoyed the footage. I hope if you're considering getting one of these, it was useful in some way. If not, so that's where I'm going to end today's video. Next week we're going back to Spain, so be sure to tune in for that. I've got to finish that tour series. But until the next time, it's been the Bath Biker. Ride safe, look after yourselves. Bye bye.
Rumors will around.
What the hell? Ginger's doing a Chewbacca.